Just gonna show you now. I have the sketchiest tripod setup ever. That's how I've got my camera set up. On these two boxes, just right there. Alright, so over the last 9 years, YouTube has been making some very, very cringy sketches and compilations towards the end of the year, just to show us what happened throughout that year. Now, my job today is going to be ranking all of these sort of sketches and skits into a tier list and just showing you guys what the best one and the worst ones are. So, let's get into it. Alright, so as you see here, I'm going to rank these from S, A, B, C,
in 2018.
So, I think the obvious thing we should start off with is by putting 2018 where it belongs, which is the trash can or the garbage, because that thing was awesome but bad. The only reason I say it was awesome was because it was fun to have a laugh at it. And there's no real reason why anyone should have actually enjoyed that. Probably the best thing about it was K-pop! Yeah, that was just cringe. Poor Casey Neistat, poor everyone in that. Anyone that was in that probably felt so bad after making it. Let me just put my window down a little bit. Alright, so my lighting's a little bit messed up now, but it'll be alright for a little while. But yeah, let's just continue with the tier list. Next up, I believe this is the YouTube Rewind 2013. I think this was probably one of the last good ones, so I'm probably gonna put that up. It's between A and B tier, it's not S tier. I have that saved for my personal favorite YouTube Rewind, so I might put it A tier. We'll see what happens, because YouTube Rewind 2013, that was pretty good. It had PewDiePie and Kid President and all that were in it. Bunch of well-known YouTubers at the time, and ones that are still known today that I really enjoy watching. So I'll chuck that at A tier, and it actually wasn't very cringy. It did a good job at showing what happened throughout the year. Probably one of the last ones, in my opinion, that actually was good and felt like it was like a home video sort of thing, or it was made as a contribution to the YouTube community at the time and didn't feel super awkward and cringy compared to the other ones, like 2018. Apart from that, 2013 was pretty solid, so that's going to sit up in the A tier for now. But then we come into 2012. So 2012 is my personal favorite YouTube Rewind. I really love this rewind, everything about it. It just felt so nostalgic, even now when I watch it back again. Just everyone that was in it was really good at the time. They were all in their primes, in my opinion. All the channels were just doing so well. Videos, content, the level of content then that was actually enjoyable was so much better than stuff now. It didn't feel fake. It felt genuine, and the channels that were uploading felt like genuine people uploading behind the camera. So because of that, I'm probably going to put this S tier. It is my favorite YouTube Rewind, so there's not much to say there. I think this one right here is YouTube Rewind 2015, if I'm correct. So, 2015, for me, I think that's probably the last one that I thought was half decent or was good. Just because of the fact that it was starting to turn into less about creators and more about everything else that's happening in the world, and didn't feel like a YouTube rewind. It felt like a rewind of the year, which I guess that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to show us what happened in the year, and I guess the previous ones just did it a bit more lighthearted and were more off topic and were more towards the fun YouTube sort of fun vibe that YouTube was giving off at the time. So because of that, I'll probably put it in B tier. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. Then I think this is 2014. 2014, not bad. Again, as I say, it was pretty solid. I did enjoy it to some extent, but I forgot to mention this about 2015. These two actually were some of the last ones that I actually knew everyone that was in them. I didn't know half the people in these two, and since then I haven't known a lot of the people that have been in the rewinds, just because I don't watch all those channels, and I've kind of stuck to channels that I've just been watching for ages. So, for that reason alone, I might just put that in B tier as well. Because not that these two weren't very good, it's the fact that I just didn't know who was in them. For 2013 and 2012, I knew everyone that was in it. And that's what made it so much better, in my opinion. Is that I knew everyone. Everyone was kind of, at the time, growing their channels to be a bit larger, and I guess that's where YouTube Rewind nowadays goes wrong. They try and include creators that were that size who are still growing, but then it doesn't work because there's so many of those channels nowadays that are getting to that 1 mil subscriber mark, and it's just not working out for YouTube. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna put 2014 and 2015 about in B tier. 2016, is that 2016? I think I'm missing a rewind. Right, hang on. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So, I added in YouTube Rewind 2017. Yes, now we'll probably just chuck that in. But we'll go with 2016 for now. So, YouTube Rewind 2016 is, in my opinion, the end of the barrel for YouTube Rewind. Wasn't all there for me. Didn't really enjoy that one. This one I did not know, like, any of the creators in it. And it just kind of felt really hard to just watch it. So for that reason, I'll chuck it in C tier. So far we have a decent spread of YouTube Rewinds on here, but the next three are gonna mix that up a little bit. YouTube Rewind 2017. Now 2017 was, dare I say, interesting, but could have been better, could have been worse. I didn't mind it, but it wasn't amazing. Like, as I say, nothing will ever compare to these four. So for that reason, actually no, never mind. So for that reason, I'll probably just chuck 2017 in the same as 2016. This was the start of cringe YouTube Rewinds. Like, YouTube lost its passion, I feel, or it lost the feeling of being a YouTube video. So for that reason, it goes there. 2017, I knew more creators like KSI and all that were in it, and I know all them. Fidget spinners were a trend back then, so that was 4 years ago. Jesus, whoa. Time flies when you're on YouTube, am I right? But yeah, YouTube Rewind 2017, starting of the cringe era, I guess, and full of fidget spinners for absolutely no reason. Then we get to 2019. So YouTube Rewind 2019, that's just a Watch Mojo video. What am I kidding? That's going C tier. It wasn't a YouTube Rewind. Like, it wasn't what we usually get, and they did it so poorly. Like, putting that. Not that the stuff they addressed in it was bad or anything. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't made the same as all these other ones. And I guess coming off the back of 2018, it had very low expectations anyway. And they somehow managed to, like, just be above 2018. But it still wasn't good. So for that reason, it's going in C tier. Now we're coming into YouTube Rewind 2020, or Mr. Beast's YouTube Rewind. This one, in my opinion, brings back the gold for YouTube Rewinds. Mr. Beast YouTube Rewind for 2020. I really, really loved this rewind. I'm so grateful to have Mr. Beast on YouTube. I think he did wonders for YouTube this year, or like last year. So for that reason, he's going in A tier, because Mr. Beast is just a legend, and the way he actually made that video, or his crew made that video, the way that they contacted bunch of like different channels and asked them what they thought about what was the best that year. And the way he even shouted out smaller channels at the end of the video and showed off every channel that had hit 1 million subscribers, that's a lot of effort to go into a YouTube Rewind that you don't have to make. And the fact that it felt like so much higher quality than a lot of the YouTube Rewinds. I might actually chuck this in S tier. A lot of you won't agree with me there, but YouTube Rewind 2020 is definitely up there in the better of the YouTube Rewinds. And I feel like if we can keep up with these sort of YouTube Rewinds over the next few years, we'll definitely see more YouTube Rewinds that aren't cringy like these ones that are down here. We'll start to see more that actually are good quality and that are actually really enjoyable to watch. So for that reason, Mr. Beast is going up there. He featured a lot of channels I knew and a lot of channels everyone else knew. He showed channels from different demographics, different like sort of content, different genres, I guess. He even showed off a bunch of streamers. So for that reason, Mr. Beast YouTube Rewind, S tier, all the way. Definitely one of my favourite YouTube Rewinds ever. And yeah, that concludes our YouTube Rewind tier list. So up the top we have YouTube Rewind 2012 and Mr. Beast YouTube Rewind 2020. Then in A tier we got YouTube Rewind 2013, B tier 2014 and 2015, C tier we have 2016, 17 and 19, and then in 2018, of course we had 2018. So that looks like a pretty solid list. I'd recommend you guys go out and make your own lists. Let me know down in the comments where you would rank all of these. But this is my personal opinion, so don't light me up too much. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Turn on the post notifications if you want to see any more content like this. And yeah, peace.